After hearing Jude and Carl's story, we headed up to the Gregory site at Wysox to see a gas drilling rig in action.
This is not an average drill rig, this is a big one. Every now and then you see racks of pipe to the right-hand side of the rig. You'll see two different kinds of pipe, right? One is brighter in color and one looks to be rusty. That's because the brighter in color is new. The stuff that's rusty went down, came back. They reused it a lot. It might even be from other well sites. The rig will pick up a piece of pipe and take it up to the top of the rig automatically. When we've pulled in, I saw one do that. If you were lucky, we'll see it happen again. No one attends it. It's all robotics. It's all electronic. It'll take a piece of pipe up to the top of the drill head, lower it down right where it's supposed to. The trailers that you see here in the foreground are for crew, the people that operate the drill site. This runs 24/7, all right, rain or shine, doesn't matter. And yes, you're probably standing on frack waste right now with the grass cover that's been put on. There is no frack water pit. I find that sort of curious about this one, because typically they like to have an open pit where they just throw the stuff in, but that's not the case here, so they're getting rid of it some other way. The sound that you hear is that white unit with the lights on. That is the diesel generator powering the whole setup. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units ahead of that are all air compressors for the future frack. And they'll use ancillary air right now. They'll probably use one of the compressors, not all of them, because a lot of it is air-powered. The gray tank to the left in the background of the well is the tank to remove contaminants. We are told that the wells around here in the Northeast, the gas is very clean. There's not many contaminants. Nonetheless, those tanks are used to store the contaminants. They'll have separators on site to get rid of dust, dirt, debris, water before they even get into the gathering line that you saw that we passed on the way up here. This is probably going to contribute to that gathering line. So they'll store them in that gray tank and get rid of it probably on a weekly basis. There's a tank to the background, the blue tank. You can see the blue tank with the little gray box next to it, same color. That's the beginning of the frack chemical thing. Those tanks are used for frack chemicals, so they probably are going to get ready to frack this one real soon. This side of the well site, you see a bunch of pipes that are sitting on the rack. They're damaged, so they set them aside. They'll probably be used for something like building bleachers in Texas or something like that. Looking at the amount of pipe that they have on hand and the size of this rig, here we go. That's the usual sound when it's ready to change a pipe. How do I know about this stuff? I worked in the railroad in Binghamton, and I passed something like this every day for 4 years. So you've got some drilling mud coming up. They want to put it in the gray tank closest to the unit, okay? The taller gray tank closest to the unit. That's called drilling mud. They send a bunch of chemicals down with clay, and that keeps the bit cool, and then they pump it back up the well. They send it down cold. It comes back hot. It goes right into that tank automatically, and they come and clean that up. And then they take it in bulk to the railroad site that we passed in Mishapin on the way here to be shipped to Ohio. What's wrong with that? Nothing for us as far as it goes to Ohio. What's wrong with the Ohio thing is that as the drill is shipped in open rail cars, it dries. When the mud dries, it changes into dust. When it changes into dust, every town that train goes through is going to get a good dose of God knows what. Don't ask me what's in this stuff, folks. I have no clue. But I will tell you this much. The one thing that hasn't been talked about too much is radiation. No one has addressed that yet. You can read for yourself the concerns about radiation. This is just the beginning for us, but this stuff has been going on for a long time.